Welcome, Prowl Nation, to Lunchtime Detroit Lions Talk. The Lions fall, but there are positives, so we're going to give you that positive spin. But first of all, let me bring in my main man, the man of Steele himself, Curt Steele.
What up, though? Welcome to the show, people. You know who we are. We are Detroit Lions on the Prowl, your home for Detroit Lions news and rumors. And as always, be a part of Prowl Nation. Join the family. Click the subscribe button. It's free. It's free 99 free and 53 cents. Hey, now it's time to kick it to the third man of the crew, my man, LL Cool Tawrence.
53 cents. Good morning, Proud Nation. What's up, man? Happy Monday.
Hey, let's get this thing started.
Right now.
Let's go.
Detroit Lions talk, baby.
We're going to get up, and on the way up, we're going to bite a kneecap off.
Yes, sir. We in the deep. Hey, welcome back to the show, people. Now it's time to get into our thoughts and reactions from this game. Jim, what you got first?
I got a lot of positives. I know there was a lot of negatives and things like that. And, we got down so far, but this team never quit. They never the coaching staff was really, really good. I thought in this game, a heated debate between Jeff Okudah and Aubrey Pleasant. Aubrey Pleasant got up in his face like, we had some injuries in this game, but what? The running game looked good. Mm-hmm. There was holes I could drive a bus through. We haven't seen that in Detroit in a long, long time. We ran into a really good 49er team, a very good defense. They looked really, really good. Jared Goff, threw that pick six. I didn't like that, but he did lead a comeback too. You can see the fire in the guy's eyes. Now, is he Matthew Stafford? No, he's not. He's not going to throw it down the field and do all this stuff and be heroic and all that stuff. That's out the window. But I did like his tenacity. I did like the Lions on offense being able to move the ball. Defense sucked. But other than that, Curt, what do you got on this game?
Yeah, definitely. You look at the game, there was some positive to take away. I like when they brought some of the new guys in, some of those young guys, especially in the second half. I like to say that injection of energy from the young fellas. Derek Barnes came in and played well. If he almost had a pick. You look at some of those young guys where you didn't think they were going to contribute in week one. I hate that Levi Onwuzurike was down, but Aleem McNeil played well. You just have a bunch of positive things to take away from it. And like you said, they didn't quit. They didn't lay down. And that's one thing I said yesterday. I said, I would take a hard-fought loss over a lay down any day of the week. They didn't lay down. They got down a bunch of points. We all know that. The defense held them to 10 points in the second half. Think about that. They scored 10 points. They 31 in the first half, but only 10 points in the second half. They outscored them, and they did what they needed to do to come back. So I look at this game. You have a bunch of positives to take away from it. And, we have some negative things, and we'll get into it in particular here when we start talking about each position group. But you look at the game overall, I like what I saw as far as the tenacity of the team to not get down on themselves, hang their heads low. They just picked their heads up, kept grinding, and got close. I mean, it was down to like one play to tie that game up at the end of the fourth quarter. And those fans who left, y'all missed it.
Absolutely. What do you got in this game, LL?
I'm not one for moral victory, so I won't even use that word. But I really like how Curt put it, a hard fought loss. And I wish that we could have, got the win out of that one. But that's exactly what it was. I'm glad that we eventually showed a lot more fight, because it was looking like this what it's going to be this year. Yeah. And they started, how Dan Campbell explained it, on the way up, we're going to do this and we're going to do that. And I don't know if maybe it was a one or two kneecaps that got bit out there, but we didn't get the win. But, it was a very tough game.
We had a couple of knee injuries on the 49ers in that second half. So,
they were going down with
not
knees.
To smile at the injury, but to smile at the knee biting. Yeah.
Maybe it was a couple of knee bites in those piles. I check the tape. You know what I'm saying? Hey, I believe it overall, like we said, hard-fought loss, no moral victories, but I like the way their team competed throughout the game. So definitely look at that in itself. if you like this video content, like and share the video. And Jim, what's your family discussion topic for today? What we got going on?
The family discussion topic for today is, what do you think of the performance of the Lions in this game one? Game one, week one in the books. All four teams in our division lost. So guess what? We're kind of at the top of the division still. So
actually, by points scored, we are. By points scored, we are at the top of the division. I like it.
So,
I like it a lot.
But we have a deal going on where if you get a dollar bet, you get $200 in betting from DraftKings. DraftKings, sponsor of this show for today. What do you guys think about that deal? It's amazing.
Oh, you know how it go, man. If you could bet, you know what I'm saying? It's like, 10 to get to 20. You know what I'm saying? So I like the fact that, you can get $200 in wagers, for $1. You can't beat that deal with a stick. So I'm liking that. What you got, LL?
$200 just for making, or just for $1? That's exceptional. You said you get 2 for 1 almost. You get 200 for 1. So yeah, that's an excellent deal.
You go to the DraftKings website, you get that deal, but you want to use the promo code, and that promo code is DLOTP, Detroit Lions on the Prowl. That's what it stands for, but that's the promo code. So please use our promo code. That shows DraftKings that we have people that in our thing that support us, and I know y'all do, so you'll do it. Thank you very much. Before you even do it, we appreciate you.
Definitely. It's time to talk the game. Let's get into some of these position groups, my man. Jim, what you got? What do you we talked defense, right? Oh no. Yeah. Let's talk defense. So defense, what you got for the defensive side of the ball? That's your forte sometimes. So what do you think about the game on Sunday from the defensive side of the ball?
Our defense sucked. It was just bad. I mean, really, really bad. Second half, not as bad. Who did they put in? Derek Barnes, right? I hate to say this, if he was in there and Okudah was injured. Okudah may have a significant injury. They're checking him for an Achilles injury, so we're going to have to check on that. But you need to start Derek Barnes. There wasn't much to talk about. Tracy Walker, 7 tackles. He had a tackle for loss and a sack, 7 solo tackles. Will Harris had 7 tackles, but Amani Aurier, he had 1. I mean, it was really bad. He had 1 pass defense, but the thing is, he got burned so many times out there. Okudah got his lunch handed to him. They couldn't stop the run. They couldn't stop the pass in the first half, and they just scored at will. They did whatever they wanted against us, and maybe Levi Onwuzurike was a big thing in that, but no, we have to get much better on defense. As I said, the keys to the game: a strong running game and a good defense, and we did not have that good defense today. Right. We did make some stops in the third. It took us till the third quarter to stop this team.
Yep.
And to be honest about it, I kind of thought they kind of let off the gas a little bit. And I think that could have been part of the thing, but Derek Barnes was in there and he made a play. I think that this defense they need to be coached up a lot more. This is the sore thumb on this team, or the Achilles heel, if you don't want to use that term because of Okudah, but still, this is the bad part of the team right now.
Yeah, definitely. We did the free for all Friday, and what the person you asked me who was I worried about, and who did I say? I said Deebo Samuel. I called it. I said that dude right there is a beast. He ate all of our defensive backs' lunch at one time or another. So I would say this definitely needs to be coached up. I just think that I think one thing that I saw is that we played a lot of base defense during this game, especially during the time we were getting our lunch handed to us, where it was just we were just lining up, wasn't a lot of blitzes or anything like that, not a lot of pressures. Jimmy Garoppolo was back there, having a snack, eating,
ordering out
donut, that big apple cider donut, the big one that they give you could get for the concession stand. He was having one of those back there. But once we start putting some pressure on him, those some things start tightening up. So I like the fact that we can make adjustments. That's one thing we didn't see in the last regime. There was no halftime adjustments. We made some halftime adjustments on both sides of the ball and came out and won. But the defensive side of the ball, they ratcheted it up in the second half. And, is it great? No. Is it good? Is it promising? Yes. You know what I'm saying? I think we have some promising thing going on headed forward. What you got?
And I love your take on the adjustments, because we haven't seen halftime adjustments in my lifetime. No, I'm just kidding. No, I'm kidding. But we haven't seen halftime adjustments in a while, and they made them. They took players out. Mm-hmm. Hey, you ain't playing, we'll take you out. And we'll put somebody else in that will.
After that blow up, Okudah went out for a couple plays after that blow up. It wasn't the injury at first. It was like they set him down. They're like, hey, come over here and grab yourself some pine. What you got on the defense, LL?
I did like the adjustments, but I thought they came way, way, way too late. Like Derek Barnes didn't really get in until like almost halfway in the fourth quarter. Like, it was, the adjustments just came too late. Okudah, after he got yelled at, after the whatever, I don't want to keep making it about that, but after the incident, he started to play a little bit better. He didn't really get done bad until that, and it was like a fluky play, that one with Debo on the sideline, and but he wasn't. It was maybe a technique thing. He wasn't looking back at the ball. Even the commentators pointed out, he said he's not looking back at the ball. So, maybe that's one thing that can be tweaked or whatever, and maybe he won't let that happen to him again. But yeah, Debo is a actual good player. So sometimes it's like when I play video games, it's like years and years ago. I'm just using an example. Like Carlos Boozer did something. I was like, man, Carlos Boozer can't do that. So if Debo Samuel do this, it's like he can do this kind of stuff sometimes. So it makes it easy. Well, yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, that play you talking about, if Okudah, he didn't got his head around, he could have made a play on the ball if he got his body turned around. But that's technique, he get him coached up, but I would say this, like I said, at the end of the day, those guys still fought and scrapped, and and they helped. The defense did help us get back in the game. They were the reason why we were down so much, but they did help us get back into the game. All right, so if you like the video, share the video, comment on the video, help us with this YouTube algorithm. It goes a long way with helping us, enjoying Prowl Nation. The march to 10,000 is on, and be a part of the movement. Okay, week 1 may be over, but the season's just getting started. A DraftKings Sportsbook, official sports betting partner of the NFL, to kick off week 2. DraftKings is giving all new customers a can't miss offer. It's the same one, just for $1, like my man said, make you holler. On any football game this week, you will get $200 in free bets instantly, no matter what.
That's right. DraftKings Sportsbook is giving all new customers $200 in free bets instantly when they bet at least $1 on every football game.
Hey, DraftKings is a safe, reliable, and secure, making it easy for you to deposit and withdraw your money at your convenience. Hey, download the DraftKings Sportsbook app now and use the promo code PROWL for this week, PROWL, P-R-O-W-L, to receive $200 in free bets whenever you place a $1 bet on any football game. That promo code again is PROWL, P-R-O-W-L, to get your $200 in free bets instantly. This week, DraftKings Sportsbook, an official betting partner of the NFL. If you or someone has a gambling problem and wants help, call the Michigan Department of Health and Human Services Gambling Disorder Helpline at 1-800-270-7117. 21 and over only in Michigan. Eligible restrictions apply. See DraftKings.com/sportsbooks for full terms and conditions.
Well, if you like this, if you like this content, give us a like, a thumbs up, really helps us. But also, if you haven't subscribed to the channel yet, please subscribe. We're on that march to 10,000 subscribers. So let's get this thing going. Really appreciate each and every one of you. Sorry about the promo code mess up. That promo code is Prowl, P-R-O-W-L. So I'm getting it right now. That sounds good. Now we go to Curt's news and rumor topic. Let's talk about that offense, Curt.
Okay, on the offensive side of the ball, of course, I like the run game. There was some big holes over there. I mean, you could put a Mack truck through some of those holes. The passing game struggled at the beginning of the game. You cannot say, you can't be remiss without saying that, except for the one touchdown pass to TJ Hawkinson, it really wasn't a great in the passing game in the first half. And here's my synopsis of what I think happened in the first half on the offense. We got so busy establishing ourselves on what our identity was on the offensive side of the ball that when we got down, we didn't make the adjustments to be who we could be on the offensive side of the ball. Jared Goff can throw the ball. He can sling that thing. You got to remember, one of the biggest shootouts in recent history happened between the Rams and the Chiefs, and Jared Goff won that game. That guy can throw the rock. You give him the ball, and he can do it. He has the ability. Okay,
was it on Monday night?
Yeah, it was a Monday Night Football game. Did he make a bonehead play with the interception? Abso-freaking-lutely. But that really was with the defensive lineman hitting his arm. He didn't get a full rotation on that ball. But however, he did throw it into traffic. There were three guys around Hawkinson at that time.
And the right tackle was holding and still let him get hit.
And still let him. Matt Nelson struggled a little bit. But I say, all in all, I like the play of the offensive line. Those guys were good. They held their own, especially in that second half. They really did good in the run game. And we can't talk enough about the young fella, Penei Sewell, switched over to the left side and handled his business. You did not hear Nick Bosa's name a lot during that game. I mean, they even slid him over to Nelson's side because Penei Sewell was handling that business. He was giving that work. So I like what I saw out of the young fella. Swifty and Swaggy were doing their thing. If you look at the running totals, 116 yards total for the Detroit Lions, 131 total yards for the San Francisco 49ers. Wasn't a big disparity in the run game. And you look at that run-heavy team over there in San Francisco, we kind of stood toe-to-toe with them in the run game. I like what we're doing in that neck of the woods. I like the young receivers we have. Some of the things, Amon-Ra St. Brown stepped up. Good route out there on the sidelines, making himself available in space. Khalif Raven with a toe tap, man, down there near the goal line. That was a really good play.
Amazing.
Quintez Cephas, bodying up a guy down there at the goal line to make that touchdown reception.
Big play Cephas.
Yeah, big play Cephas, you know what I'm saying? But those guys, you give those guys a chance, they will make plays for you. And I think that's what happened in the second half. Yeah, they got a chance to make plays. They had to because they were down so much. They went out there and made some big plays. We know we have an injury to Tyrell Williams. He went out. He didn't come back in. We'll see what that's about later on down the line. But you know who it is. The man, Hawk-a-Mania, did his thing on the field. That guy had a really good game. 8 receptions out of 10 targets. He had 97 yards, 12.1 yards per catch average, and a touchdown. Second highest rated tight end in the league for week 1. The Hawk was doing his thing, and he really outdoed his buddy. He outdoed George Kittle yesterday. George Kittle had that big play down there, but that was pretty much it. You didn't really hear a lot from George Kittle yesterday. So I like the promise of the offense. Here's my deal. Don't get so caught up in your identity that forget that you have other weapons at your disposal. I know Dan Campbell said that's not what we are. We're a run first team, but don't forget you have those other weapons. Don't get so caught up in your establishing your identity that you forget that you have other factors at play in your arsenal.
Yeah, this offensive review is brought to you by the Autobots and Optimus Prime. I'm serious. How many drops can you have in one game?
Yes,
my goodness. If Jared Goff has 314 total yards and their 2 quarterbacks combined had 311. I mean, there's so many good things here, but the drops have to stop, man. I mean, everybody's sitting here just dropping the ball. John Ray Swift's right in his hand. Jason Kabinda right in his hands. I mean, come on, guys. So Jared Goff's day was a little misleading because if some of those receptions were caught, I mean, it could have been a little bit of a different game. Yep. Just a lot of drops on the offensive side of the ball. I thought that the run game was really, really good, as was mentioned before. I don't want to go over it totally again, but yeah, that's what I saw in the game. I thought Jared Goff got a little bit of a bad rap in this game. I think that some of the balls were like right there, and he these people just dropped it. And on the interception, he did get his arm hit on that play. And afterwards, he was totally upset with himself. Yeah. But he doesn't make that throw, and the Lions could have won this game.
Yeah.
You know,
I mean, we got to capitalize on that fumble in the first half.
I agree with that too.
We got to capitalize on that. You missed a field goal, and you missed a fourth down. Jamal Williams, I don't know what that was. Turf monster got him, but because he had the first down. If he just stayed upright,
he just fell down.
He had the first down.
That was one of the very few times Bosa beat Sewell. Bosa made that play. He kind of darted in.
Yep.
But in that way, I shouldn't say. Well, he disrupted the play. He made him try to, cut back. And
I think that was. I think it was just he fell down. I mean, the turf monster got
broke his own ankles got broke. Iverson crossed him up from the stands or something. I don't know. He got RKO'd or something. I don't know what the hell.
But you know what? This is not a bad thing. I mean, we're down so far in this game, and that offense came to life and actually started going. So I mean, it's not a bad thing. What do you got on the offense, LL?
I like to think that it was just us making adjustments and us, wanting to not go out like that. But I don't really know if it was them just, taking the foot off the pedal on both sides.
In some ways, I think it's both. Yeah.
Either way, we still could have laid down. I'm glad we didn't. So, but it was mistakes as always. Nothing is perfect. Golf. My biggest problem with Golf was, and I don't know if it was him or just a play call, but early in the game, it just didn't seem like he was challenging their defense at all. Like, there was just no pressure put on him. We didn't go down the field very much. We were running the ball very well. I wanted to see more, play action go down the field. There was a couple of those. Why couldn't he? It wasn't enough for my liking, I should say.
He averaged 5.9 yards a throw. So that your point is well taken there.
And shout out to my homie. It was a long time ago. When we drafted Sewell, and it was a lot of the reports were coming out about our offensive line, it was a lot of projections coming out about our offensive line. And he made a joke saying Golf is going to have all day to throw check down. And I'm like, man, yeah, right, because in LA, they tried to, they stretch you out and then throw the ball. They play action. Man, we gonna throw bounds, big play Cephas. And he did just that. He had all day in a lot of cases to throw the ball to DeAndre Swift or to Jamal Williams. And it was just like, what? Yeah, it has to be somebody open more than 10 or, more than this distance down the field, basically. Yeah. Hawk did get a lot of action. He might have could have got more. If he's our number one, use him. You know what I'm saying? If you got the horses, use them, man. Let them go. So overall, we lost. I didn't like losing. I didn't like how we looked a lot of the game, but I love the fight at the end of the game.
Yeah, we had a legit chance at the 25-yard line to win this game, or at least tie it. We had a legit chance to tie. But you know what? We got in that position and they turned up the heat and we couldn't handle it. So kind of where that went. But what do we got next? If you like this content, subscribe to the channel. Help us on that march to 10,000 subscribers. Really, really appreciate that. And Curt, it's not your topic. It's LL's topic. We'll go to that next.
My topic is a possible left tackle controversy. We all pretty much stated it. Sewell played much better than I thought that he would. Like you said, we did not hear Bosa's name maybe twice. Like, as far as making a play, other times we heard his name is when they were saying we're not calling his name. I loved it. Decker is out. He is our starting left tackle. He's probably going to come back to be our starting left tackle. But the question that I ask you guys is, should he come back as our starting left tackle? And if not, what to do with him?
Personally, I think he should come back as our starting left tackle. I do love what Penei Sewell was able to do today, but he's a 20-year-old kid. And I think that for now, I think our left tackle is the former left tackle. I can't remember his name. But
Taylor Decker.
Decker. I always
forgets his name.
Every time.
Jim, I have to agree with you on this. I get what people are saying. Someone said yesterday, "Oh, now we need to trade Taylor Decker, and now we can pick up additional draft picks." No, you keep that depth on that offensive line. You keep really two good starting tackles on your team. And then Nelson played well. I mean, in a backup role, coming in and getting the start at right tackle. Of course, D4 gave him some business, but D4 is one of the best guys in the league as a pass rusher. So, and it's not going to get any easier. You got to look at the next game we got coming up. The Smith boys are coming for Jared Goff the next game, and they're pissed off because they got blew out by New Orleans. So you look at that. I like the fact that Penei Sewell. Now, I'm not taking anything from Penei Sewell because that dude played. He was a beast yesterday.
Yeah, he played well.
He was in the run game, in the pass game. He was handling his business, and he was natural for him. And you look at how he conducted himself out there on the field. I like what he did. Even in his the post game presser, he was like, I just went out there and played my game. I couldn't let the name on the back of the jersey beat me. He was professional in his mindset and the way he handled his business. But is it a left tackle controversy? No, but some people, even in the media, Jeff Schwartz, who's a former Lion, was like, the new starting left tackle in Detroit is Penei Sewell. Yeah, I had to lead Corso that one. Not so fast, my friend. Pump the brakes. It's one game.
It's funny because actually Nick Bosa himself gave credit to Penei Sewell and said he was going to be really good. And I agree with all this, but he's 20 years old right now.
Yeah, definitely.
Kick him back over to the right. I think he's going to be fine over there. Then you have a dominant left tackle. You have a dominant right tackle. And then when it's time for, Decker to move on, then we plug and play. I totally believe that.
And I hear this noise about, now we should switch Taylor Decker to right tackle. Here's my deal. If it's an adjustment for a guy that's 20 to go from left tackle to right tackle, Taylor Decker has played left tackle way longer than Dalgone Penei Sewell. So you just think he's going to go over there and be a Pro Bowl right tackle just because he played good at left tackle? It doesn't work like that. That's not how things are done. But I get the argument, and I believe that in the future, Penei Sewell will be our starting left tackle, but it just won't be right away.
I agree. I don't think it's going to be for a couple of years yet.
That's what I was going to ask. Like, I don't know. More so, it probably won't be immediate, of course. Like when Decker comes back, it's not like, well, your job's gone. I don't think that's going to happen. But I think, and I hope it's not an overreaction on my part, but I think that this showed them like he can do it. Like if all else fails, is maybe if somebody does call about Decker, it's like, it ain't okay.
Yeah.
I don't think nobody would give us, a bunch of ones or, an astronomical deal. But if it were to come down the pike, it's like, we got somebody that can do it. So
yeah, we do.
We're not going to get 6 players and draft picks like the Texans want for Deshaun Watson for Taylor Decker.
No, heavens no. Heavens no.
I'm disappointed in that deal.
Yeah, I think if we wanted to trade him, I know we could. I don't think it's a smart move at all.
Not right now.
I think that this offensive line could be something special with Penei Sewell at right tackle, with Taylor Decker at the left tackle position. But they played really well without Taylor Decker, I thought. And
they did.
That's a great thing. I mean, and look at the depth. That's a good thing. We haven't had depth in Detroit in quite a while.
Not the O-line. Hey.
Well, that and Derek Barnes, and if he gets a fumble recovery and almost an interception, I mean,
I know Val was pop locking.
Oh, she was happy. She was happy.
Look, the O-line players, shout out to Curt's homie, of course, Frank Haley. But one thing I want to say about Penei Sewell, as great as I think that he played, when we were actually rolling, making our little comeback, he jumped a couple times real early, and they just didn't call it.
He did. I saw that. That's how he got. His get off as fast, but I don't think it's that fast.
I'm okay with that. I'm okay with that because as many times in the past, the refs, it hasn't gone our way, so I'm okay with that. But
he did get a little early start a couple times, but hey, if they don't call it, I don't see it. So hey, if you like this content, like the video, share the video, comment on the video, subscribe to the channel. The March of 10,000 is on, and be a part of the movement. Join Prowl Nation. Like I said, it's free 99 free. If you need some more free, it's 50 free cent. Now you heard it from us, like my man Jim said. it's time for us to stop talking and to hear what you had to say about last week's show. Jim, you up first.
Steve-O says people just assume Campbell doesn't know X's and O's because he wasn't an O-line coordinator, an offensive coordinator. Keep underestimating him. He doesn't care what people think about him. I thought he coached a good game. I thought his assistant coaches were just on it. That Aubrey Pleasant and Jeff Okudah thing, I'm telling you what, it needed to be done. It had to be done. This guy's a 3rd overall pick. He can't be playing like this. I'm sorry. Yeah. That's the way I feel about it. And I think that's the way Aubrey Pleasant felt about it. And he was right in his grill, man.
Told him to do your job. And then what though? And he came back later on. And when he needed that, when that big play happened, he gave him some love because he was like, yeah, that this happens.
Yep.
And I didn't, and maybe that's what it is, but I ain't like that at all. It's like you of course don't come and yell at him, but don't congratulate him for getting
I think it was a combination of the play that happened earlier and them getting to it earlier and then that happening. Because to be honest with you, Okudah was in good position. The ball just kind of hung up, and Deebo Samuel made a great adjustment to that ball. Because if you look at that play and holistically, Okudah was in position. He just had to turn his head around.
But I think the argument was earlier, and I think
the argument was earlier. I think
the thing is with that is because Okudah barked back at him.
Yeah. And then you look at that, and like you said, I just think that was we got that other thing out of the way, and let's just kind of talk about what's happening in that play, and we're going to be all right. So, all right, Southwest Lions says, great opportunity for Dan Campbell and the Lions to exceed expectations. Put it this way, if the Lions make the playoff, Campbell definitely will be the coach of the year. I think that playing the way they did, especially that second half, they did really exceed some expectations by the national, for a lot of the national, even the guys on the broadcast were like, oh my God, what's going on here?
Yeah, they had that game over.
Yeah, they did. And Mark Sanchez, that's the last guy I want on my broadcast again, but it is what it is.
I hated him. I hated the broadcast. The Lions players were down. They didn't even care to tell us who they were. I mean, they talked about everything San Francisco pretty much the whole game. Just annoying freaking commentary. That's what I got to say about it.
I wanted to say Mark Sanchez to me to football is what Chris Webber is to basketball commentary. I hate it both. But Richard Gilbert says, I think Campbell is a beast as a coach, and I can't wait for this group to make people eat their words. I thank you for that, Richard Gilbert. I agree 100%.
Yeah, Mark Shaler, not sure. I imagine Coach Campbell giving emotional speeches like Bill Murray's "It Just Doesn't Matter" speech and meatballs. Sure, the Lions are going to be outmatched much of the year, but so what? Go out there and play your tail off, because who cares if the other team is deemed better? It just doesn't matter. Yesterday, it kind of did matter, but we never gave up. We continued to fight, and that is a Dan Campbell team. And just wait till Dan Campbell, as Curt always says, he says, we got what we want, but not who we want. And wait till we get who we want.
Yep, definitely. All right, here's Johnny. Says, hey, Curt Steele, salute for your service. Hey, thank you for your support. And one day I'll tell you guys a weird story about 9/11 and what my experience was, because I was actually assigned to the Pentagon on 9/11. So
wow,
we'll get back to that one at a later date. So, all right, what you got, LL?
The doctor.
Yes.
Oh, dang. The Dr. Detroit says, thank you and happy birthday, Dern. Mike Jones, happy birthday. Shout out to North End Ken, DLOTP, One Pride. Yes, Sewell to left tackle where he belongs. Luke still talking like our 4th round can take over a game in the first NFL start. SMH 21-19 San Fran, or 28-19 San Fran. Thank you for that. The Doctor Detroit, and you're in on this one, of course. I agree with the left tackle Penei Sewell to left tackle. Maybe not immediately, but definitely in the future. And of course, One Pride, baby.
All right, let's talk about our sponsor real quick, DraftKings, and the amazing deal they have. $1 for $200. I mean, come on, man. That's brainless, man. No brainer, man. So what do you guys think about that?
Definitely. It's just one thing. If you bet anyway, go over to DraftKings, get yourself $200 of free cash for $1 bets. And what can you lose? You can't nothing. You're gaining a whole bunch of money for a whole little bit of investment. So go over to DraftKings.com. Hey, if you have an issue with gambling, though, definitely go ahead and get you some help. But if you good with it, go ahead and get that $200 for $1, man. That's what I'm talking about.
Yeah, use the promo code Prowl, PROWL.
Definitely. Hey, now it's time for Jim's favorite segment of the show. It's Dessert with your man, Curt. You know, it's brought to you by Delightful Bites, custom cookies and desserts for any occasion. And she's running a football special right now for $35. You get 4 footballs, 4 logos, and 4 helmets of your favorite team. It's $35. Those cookies are huge and they taste good. So, you know, they come sealed and you get them in the mail. Pop them in the microwave. I'm telling you, them cookies are awesome. But my dessert with your man Curt is my boss up and ball out players of the game. I'm gonna do that each Monday. Definitely on the offensive side of the ball, bossed up and balled out is Hawk-a-Mania himself, doing his thing, going out there, second highest rated tight end in the league. Like I said before, 8 receptions, 97 yards, and a touchdown, 12.1 yards per reception. And on the defensive side of the ball, kind of hard to pick out some good spots. But Aleem McNeil, he was a run stuffer in there. He did his job. He came on, the rookie, did his thing. He is my defensive boss up and ball out player of the game. And that is the dessert with your man, Curt, brought to you by Delightful Bites.
Final thoughts for today. Yes, we lost and we lost big time in the first half, but that fight that I seen in them, I never seen in the Patricia era. That Jets game when we our first game with Patricia, they gave up and they never gave up here. And they actually had a chance to tie this game with on the 25-yard line. Just didn't go our way this time. But you know what? There's a lot to clean up, especially on defense. But guys, there is hope. I totally believe that we're going to be competitive this year. We may not win a lot. I said that before, but we are going to be competitive. We're not going to give up. And I absolutely love the way they did come back. That's my final thoughts for today. How about you, LL?
Final thoughts for today. Of course, happy Monday and have a great rest of your week, you guys. Shout out to the Detroit Lions, man. Hard fought loss. No more victories here, but just take whatever positive you can, go into the next game, or go into the next game with it and build on it. So let's get that win next week.
Hey, my final thoughts for today are, even though we had a hard fought loss, we're still by points scored the tops in the division because everybody in the North lost yesterday, and we scored the most points by any team in the NFC North. If you look at some sites by point differential, the Vikings, because they lost by 3, are the tops, but depends on what site you go to. Some sites we were 1, some sites we were 2, but we're still at the top of the division because the Green Bay Packers got walloped by the New Orleans Saints yesterday, and I was definitely loving that. And I'll be remiss to some people because I saw this in the comments yesterday on social media. Oh my God, I miss Stafford. Oh, hey, Stafford had a good game yesterday. The dude had like one of the highest rated quarterback ratings in the history of the league. Congratulations to him and keep it moving. Okay, shout out to him. Let's walk over to this wall of fame to see who we got on this thing right here. Bronze members, we have Detroit Drew, Midwest Lion, the Latino Leo, Brian Stover, Bo Gagrius, Justin, my favorite bear, 10K, Sage. We may have needed him off that practice squad yesterday. Surratt Roberts. We have Sub-Z, Trap City Boys, Entertainment. We have Mr. Scotty the Bear. He's French. We turn that out on Friday. All right. Crystal Wiley, Bubba Bo, John Kapler, our Allen, the Flintstone himself, Jimbo G. What up, Jimbo? And David Anderson rounds out our bronze members. Silver members, we have Nomis J, Jason Portis, Cap Ice Cold. That signals in the sky for the Batman of the 313, John Martin. That F5 is blowing through the building. You know who it is, the tornado. And go
Lions. Went out of breath.
For the gold members, we have Michael Huck, Justin the D, Larry McQuiston, the always inspirational Turner C. Burley, Dominic Davis, Bob Korowski. We have a new gold members. We have Doug Prince 72. What's good, Doug? We have Pride 74. You know who it is. Matthew Ferguson. You know, Ferg does a good job of writing those articles over there on Detroit Lions on the Prowl.com. Randall Flag 606, Miles Gibbs, Randy Prince, the Gridiron Blitz, Mr. Rough and Raw himself, North End Ken. You know, he holds it down. And the doctor, Dr. Detroit, is always in. To become a member of the Wall of Fame, click that join now in the discussion or the logo at the bottom of the screen.
That sounds really, really good. We've had an awesome show today. I think that the Lions have done pretty good, actually. You know, I thought that San Francisco team is tough. And so I thought we did really well. I thought the comeback was great. Got to fix that defense. But Curt, I would like you to take this home if you could.
You know who we are. We are Detroit Lions on the Prowl. You're home with Detroit Lions news and rumors. And be a part of the movement. Join the channel. Subscribe. It's free. You know, it's that, you know, everybody's favorite price, free, 99 free. And, you know, just be a part of the movement on the march to 10,000. Go over and check us out on DetroitLionsOnTheProwl.com. Matthew Ferguson, I'm telling you, that dude is phenomenal. He does a great job of writing those articles over there on DetroitLionsOnTheProwl.com. And while you're there, click the link for LionsOnTheProwlShop.com. Now, I'm rocking the Hawk-A-Mania shirt. It's running wild. Hawk-A-Mania is in the building. That guy had a great game. Go over there and get yourself some Prowl Nation gear on LionsOnTheProwlShop.com. And, you know, if you take us on the go on your favorite podcast platforms, you can go over and check us out on bellyupsports.com. If you just want to check us out on a different platform, or go over and get some good different podcasts on bellyupsports.com. Those guys do a great job, and they have a smorgasbord, I like that word, of different type of podcasts for you over there on that site. And if you're out shopping, you know, online, and you want to get yourself some Lions gear, click the link below for fanatics.com. I'm rocking this, you know, this low crown, you know, black, and, you know, with the Honolulu blue lion hat. I got this on fanatics.com. I have all those little cards all over my house where I get this discount of 20% off on the next purchase. So go over to get yourself some Lions gear on at fanatics.com. And, you know, I got a problem. So
do what Curt does and go over to
definitely. It's Monday. You know, it's not a victory Monday, but it's a hard fought loss Monday, and I'll take that over a lay down Monday any day of the week. So you know what you guys do: wipe them crumbs off your face, finish your drink, and get back to work. And whatever you do in life, you got to boss up, ball out, and be the best version of you that you can be. For my fellas, LL and Jim, this is Curt Steele, and we will holla at you real soon.